Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Season 2, Week 37 of the DC Sports Digest. Ended up being a pretty busy week for DC Sports, lots of draft and free agency and trades and all sorts of things. So without further ado, let's just get started. Starting with the Nats, they won the Angels and Tigers series, but lost the first game of the Red Sox series, bringing them to a 37-51 record. This didn't mean they had bad losses. They definitely had bad losses this week, but they did get a couple wins too. James Wood had a lot of accomplishments this week, so I had to mention them here. First, against the Angels, he was walked intentionally 4 times, which is actually kind of ridiculous. I think the first one since Barry Bonds, which is just, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. In the win versus the Angels, that was just a crazy accomplishment. And then, middle of the week, he joined the home run derby, which I'm really excited to see him in that. That will be July 14th. And then he got his first 5-hit game, including a home run, basically right after he joined. So amazing week for him. I hope he keeps piling on with the accomplishments. Then really just have a few other injury updates. Paul DeJong rejoined the team after the injury. He actually got a home run this week as well, sending Andres Chaparro back down to AAA. Andrew Chafin and Keibert Ruiz also rejoined the team after their injuries. Trevor Williams was sent to a 15-day IL, and Cade Cavalli was called up to begin his 2025 season. Cade Cavalli, he's dealt with a lot of injuries since 2022. So I don't really know what to expect with him. He's just been very injured, and now hopefully he's healthy, and we'll see what he has. I think could be an upgrade over Trevor Williams, who hasn't been playing so great recently. So we'll see what he has in him, and hopefully he can be a positive upgrade to this team going forward. And coming up this week, we have the Red Sox series finishing. Then we have the Cardinals series and the start of the Brewers series. That's all I have for the Nats. On to the Wizards, just one trade from, I think, way earlier in the week. We traded Colby Jones to the Thunder for Dylan Jones and a future second, making that 5 2024 first rounders in the team. Crazy to let your first rounder go, especially if you're the Thunder, but they have so many options. They just could let a first rounder like that go, because they also still have so many more picks. They had the pick 15 in this year's draft, so it's great to have another first rounder, another guy with maybe some more high upside, and obviously get another second round pick out of it. So to me, it's a pretty obvious win for us, but maybe it's also a win for the Thunder. But I think they're going to release Colby Jones. So, I don't know, just a way to, I don't know exactly why the Thunder did this, but they did it, and it benefits us, in my opinion. So I'm happy about that. We also waived Anthony Gill. That's the only other really move we have for now. But coming up next week, next Friday, is our first Summer League game against the Suns. So it'll be exciting to see how our rookies look in that. So I'll recap that all for you. Then obviously we'll have more Summer League games after that one. So that's all I have for the Wizards. On to the Caps, a lot to cover. Got to finish their draft. For their last 4 picks, they got Milton Gastrin, Maxime Schaefer, Jackson Crowder, and Aaron Dahlquist. A couple trades, one trade as well. They acquired Declan Chisholm and then Dahlquist at pick 180 for Chase Prisky and pick 123, who's listed there. So I think that was a solid move, just getting a guy who potentially could contribute. Declan Chisholm, we'll see. He signed a new contract. And then we also had free agency starting, so I'll get into that a little bit. We lost a couple guys, but I think the biggest loss was Andrew Mangiapane going to the Oilers. That's definitely a big loss, but other losses include Alex Alexiev, Taylor Radish, Lars Eller, and Hunter Shepard. Those are really the other big losses, as you can see on there. We also signed 3 guys to 2-way contracts, so they'll probably play in Hershey, but still some signings. Like I said, Declan Chisholm signed a 2-year contract, and then we had 2 other re-signings. Martin Fehervary has a huge deal inked up for 7 years, $6 million a year. That's a really great deal. We have our defensive core locked up with Chychrun and Fehervary. That is great to see. We also re-signed Andrew Beauvillier for 2 years, $2.75 million a year. So that's also great to see. And free agency is still going on. There aren't as many guys available now. Obviously, we haven't really signed anyone. Made a couple trades, but we didn't really sign anyone. So we'll see if we do anything. I don't expect too much, but we'll see what happens. And then finally, we had development camp this week, and that will finish up today with some of our rookies and young guys. Actually, a lot of pretty exciting guys in development camp. So it's been great to see that go on. And that's all I have for the Caps for now. On the Commanders, not too much, but training camp dates are official for fan dates. Fortunately, I can't make it this year, and they sold out pretty quickly also. So if you wanted to make it, you would have had to get tickets pretty quick. But like I said, if I get to it eventually, I will definitely make a vlog whenever I get to training camp. One of these years, hopefully. And also, we're going to get some new alternate uniforms to be announced next Wednesday. I think eventually they might be our main uniforms. I don't know exactly. They're kind of going to be akin to old look with the Redskins, but not exactly. Just kind of similar, I think, color schemes and that sort of thing. But we'll see what happens. Could be like a white jersey and maybe like a burgundy. I think those are the two options, but we'll see what happens. I will definitely post a picture on here once we get the new jerseys officially announced. That's all I have for the Commanders. On to the other DC sports news, not much this week. DC United lost to Nashville. They have a game tonight against Atlanta, and then they have this Wednesday, they have their U.S. Open Cup quarterfinal again against Nashville, so hopefully they can redeem themselves after they just lost to Nashville. So good luck to them in that. That will be great to see if they can keep moving on in that tournament. And then the Mystics lost to the Wings and the Lynx. They have just 2 games this week against the Sky and the Aces. My weekly awards, I'm giving my game of the week to the Nationals beating the Tigers 11-7. It was a second game of a doubleheader. The first game they lost pretty badly, but they rebounded in the second game to win 11-7. So that was great to see. My play of the week is definitely James Wood. Obviously accepted into the home run derby. And then obviously had the 4 intentional walk game and also had a 5-hit game. So really good week for James Wood. Hopefully he can keep adding on to it because he is a star, young star in the making. Team of the week, I'm going to do none again. DC United and the Mystics lost their games, and the Nats went 3-4. So, like, there was honestly not really a super impressive team. If you wanted to give it a team, I would say the Nationals, but I don't even know if they were super deserving of that. But that's okay. Hopefully we get a team of the week at some point. And that's all I really have for this video. I just wanted to give a couple announcements about some upcoming videos outside of the DC Sports Digests. The first one I want to talk about is doing another State of DC Sports. The second one, like I did last year, the tentative release date for that is July 19th. I think that's around when I released the last one, so I figured I might as well just keep it the same for continuity's sake. I'm not sure if I'm just going to include the 4 major sports teams yet or add in the other sports. Probably lean toward just doing the 4 major ones, but I'll think about it between now and then, and obviously you'll see what happens when their video is released in around 2 weeks. Maybe not July 19th, but like around that week or so. And also potentially I'm going to go get to a Nats game at the end of July or early August. So I will definitely get out a game vlog if I do. Not confirmed yet, but I think there's a good chance. And also I have one more idea for a new short form video kind of related to the game vlogs, but I won't share more than that for now. But just stay tuned for those. Just have a little more extra time in the summer to get a few more videos out. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. So check out the Instagram and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.